Hey guys, it's Mark here from Orlando Planning. Hope you're having a good one. So today's video is I'm basically just going to be talking through your first steps that you need to consider even before going to your travel agent or booking anything, really just to get a good view of your budget. So kind of just the first steps on planning that you need to consider. Well, I'm just going to talk you through it right now. On to step one. Step one. Okay, before you think of any accommodation, that's not the first thing you need to consider. Travel isn't the first thing you have to consider. The first thing that you need to consider is what parks you and your family want to go to, because that's going to be pretty much the main bulk of your holiday. That's why you're going. So decide this first. So if you're just going to go to Orlando and do all of the Disney parks, even just some of the Disney parks, then remember, it's probably going to be better for you to be staying at a Disney resort. Likewise with Universal. So that's why you need to consider where you want to be going, because it influences pretty much every other factor of your holiday. If you want to be visiting the Universal, it's all of the parks, then what we've done in the past, what we really recommend is staying on International Drive. Quick note, Discovery Cove, that is the Swimming with the Dolphins part. It's a part of SeaWorld. If you want to buy tickets for that, which I highly recommend you do, I'm going to tell you why in another video. If you buy a Discovery Cove ticket, then you will get SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Aquatica, which is their water park, by the way. You will get that with it. So this is all things that you have to decide when buying your tickets. That's why I definitely recommend step one, decide where you want to go. Step two, accommodation. So, you've decided what parks you want to go to, so now you need to decide where you want to be staying. Because if you only want to be staying at Disney, as I said before, it's easier just to be probably staying at a Disney resort, like an on-site resort. Because they got the transport, so you don't even need to get a car from the hotel even. So, from the airport, you can get Disney's Magical Express, which, well, they say it's free, but the amount that you're paying for the hotel still kind of covers that. From Orlando International Airport straight to your hotel room. So if you're staying at Disney, it's probably easier for you to just stay outside. Likewise with Universal, it's probably easier just to stay at one of the Universal hotels. Okay, personally, what we have found is we like to do all the parks. I mean, all the Universal parks, all the Disney parks, all the SeaWorld parks, including Discovery Cove. And what we found in the past is that it's so much easier to stay on International Drive, or iDrive, as we like to call it. What iDrive is, it's pretty much the international tourist hub. It's this big, huge strip. They've got the iRide, which is, I think you pay like $10, $20, I'm not exactly sure how much it is for 2 weeks on this bus, or there's loads of little shuttle buses going up and down International Drive, the whole all morning and all night. Well, not all night, but most of the night anyway. However, what we found, see, you're not going to find this in any brochure. This is why you come straight to Orlando Planning for this kind of advice and experience. We have found that the buses are a lot more reliable, and say if you want to go to Florida Mall, you don't have a lot of money to be splashing out on taxis like here, there, or whatever. The public transport, just the buses themselves, go straight to Florida Mall, go to Walmart, go to all those other places which the iDrive doesn't go, because that just stays on International Drive. So if you are planning on going to Orlando, you don't have a car, remember, you can just get the iRide, but I'll come to travel on a later video, really going to depth about it. And another reason, just why you'd want to stay at iDrive, is because it's so much closer to the Universal parks and the SeaWorld parks. And if you're thinking of staying on a hotel, then a lot of their shuttle buses, the hotel buses, will take you straight to Universal or straight to SeaWorld from International Drive. Also, here's another note: if you're staying at a Disney resort and if you want to go to a Universal park or a SeaWorld park one day, apparently it's a lot harder to get a lot more expensive to get a taxi from your Disney hotel room. Step 3. what time of year you want to go. Okay, this applies to when you're going to be booking your vacation and what time you want to go. So, look out firstly for, I know sometimes they have the Disney dining plan, which is if you are staying at a Disney moderate, not value, moderate resort, then you get all your food and everything like paid for. Well, to an extent, you get like these Disney like food you can spend on either snacks or quick service or dining, sit down dining, dependent on which one you opt for. Certainly look out for those offers when you're going. I know the offer that we got was we got the free Disney Magic Maker, which is all your photos and videos when you're on the rides and around the parks. Which leads me on to when you want to go. Okay, if you've got kids, it's, you're probably going to be going during the summer vacation, so August, July, August time. So remember, that's going to be more expensive, so you're going to have to look out for your budget then. But if you don't have any kids, or you're taken out of school, so you might want to consider going during Disney's magical events. So I know in January, the beginning of the year, they've got the Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot, which is, well, the name kind of says it all, it's just flowers and gardens. So if you're into that, I'd definitely go along to it. Or you could go to the Halloween, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the first in October and the second one from November going forth into December. These, however, are a separately ticketed and priced event, so you still will have to pay for your regular Disney 14-day pass or whatever you're getting, but then on top of that you'll have to pay for the Not So Scary Halloween Party or the Very Merry Christmas Party. So just remember that, because these things again add up, but apparently they're really good. I will decide for myself whether I think it's worth going to this year, but I've heard they're fantastic and I can't imagine that it being anything other than spectacular. Also during Disney at Epcot, going back to Epcot, is the Food and Wine Festival, which is, you get, what's food and wine? I'm pretty sure you can kind of guess, but because that's all around the world, it's going to have, so many different cultures come together, and it seems, again, fantastic. And that's whilst all of this Halloween and Christmas party is going on. They've not yet released the dates, the exact dates for it, but, that's just another thing to consider. But also, it's not just Disney that, does Halloween and Christmas. Universal has Halloween Horror Nights, which I've seen videos and they just look awesome. They look like 10 times or better than anything that we have here in England, so I would definitely recommend, if you're into that, definitely recommend going towards, going to it. And Christmas as well seems pretty fun. But also there's Hallow Scream at Busch Gardens, which again is the same kind of thing, horror houses, and if you're into that, that's something that I would definitely think you should look into if your budget can fit it, and obviously your schedule as well. And finally, just a very quick note, this again is why you come to Orlando Planning for this kind of information. You won't find this anywhere else. One of the Disney water parks gets shut down to be refurbished every year from November to February. This year it's Blizzard Beach, so I can only imagine that next year it will be Typhoon Lagoon. It's during the winter season, I guess it's going to be their low season for water parks. But either way, they're going to be shut, so if you're wanting to go to one of those water parks, just make sure that, that Blizzard Beach this year won't be open. That's 2016, if you're watching this in the future. But hello from the future. Okay, so step 4. Time to go book your holiday. If you've worked all this out, you worked out your budget, any other questions, please comment below. But if you want to do it, then there's nothing really stopping you, apart from yourself. And we're here to help you anytime you want. So remember, comment below, subscribe, give this video a good old like, and remember to share it. I'm going to go now. See you in the next one. Bye from Orlando Planning.